Morning and welcome to News. We're taking you live to Marriott Hotel, where the EU-Ghana Business Forum is ongoing.
Ensuring that each link in our supply chain is not just strong, but just our goal. In Brussels, the foundation was laid. And now in Accra, we are building the house. A house with doors wide open to ideas, to collaboration. And we're melding our minds and our resources. Let us walk these corridors together, hand in hand. Let this building and this land of our ancestors, the Gold Coast and Europe, let it hear the echoes of our footsteps of hope resounding with the voices of commitment to the generations after us. Ago. Ago. Ladies and gentlemen, feel the weight of this moment. Can you feel it? Feel the weight of this moment. Can you feel it? Good. The significance of our gathering, your presence, your ideas, your energy, your passion, they are the keystones, they are the foundation for our shared quest. Turn to your neighbor. Can you turn to your neighbor? And tell your neighbor what you expect from this journey in one word. You can say success. You can say happiness. You can say action. Just one word. Tell your neighbor. Wonderful. You're a great audience. I love you. Now, these words that you have shared, you've shared with a partner in this journey that we're going to experience over the next 2 days. For it is these small connections that we build a network with, stronger than any single strand, a hefty chain of value out of the expansive individual chain links. Ago. Ghana, where are the Ghanaians? Ghana. The EU. There we go. We stand as one. Not just in words, but in deeds, in action. In investments that uplift communities, in partnerships that go beyond transactions. So let us remember, we are not just fostering investment. We are not just here to talk about the big numbers and then feel that we have a business partner. But we're here to nurture relationships. We are growing a future where every link in our chain is a testament to our collective determination. Ago. Ago. So let us begin with hearts open, our minds sharp, and our vision crystal clear. Together, let us forge a path of sustainable prosperity for ourselves, for our children, for the world, for generations who will judge us in posterity when we are no longer here. Welcome to the Ghana EU Business Forum 2024. Round of applause for that. Ago. Take a moment, reflect, share, engage. For your interaction, the spirit of a sacred convention, that is where it thrives. And let us move forward together as one unbreakable and one truly valuable chain. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the poet herself, Apiokor. And Apiokor is a wonderful member of the City TV, City 973 family, on which we are live at the moment on radio. And we're also live on TV at JoyNews TV. So all our speakers, when you get up on the podium, please smile. Please also know that we are live on Facebook and YouTube at European Union in Ghana. And if you're taking pictures with the phones that I know are made by quality companies, not the other one, please don't forget to hashtag Global Gateway, hashtag Team Europe. Clean your pictures so that we are trending on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And this brings us to the official welcoming remarks given by His Excellency Ishar Razali, European Union Ambassador to Ghana. Please welcome His Excellency. Don't forget to smile.
Thank you very much, Anita. Good morning, everyone. I will not make, as expected, welcome remarks because we have been already beautifully welcomed by a pure core, so I don't want to make a fool of myself. But as this is Ghana, I would pose as a linguist because, as we all know, in this beautiful country, higher authorities don't take the floor first. They have to use their linguist. So allow me to pose as the linguist of our guest from Brussels today. We can call her Madame Global Gateway. We can call her Madame Social Inclusivity, Madame Prosperity. But first and foremost, I would like to highlight the fact that today is a very important moment in this, I would say, a love story between the European Union and Ghana, but there are no declaration of love, there is only proof of love. And today is a proof of love because we are gathering both business from Ghana, businesses from European Union, for the greater endeavor of ensuring better and more, because we want more of Ghana in Europe, and I'm pretty sure that in Ghana, you want more of Europe in terms of investment, in terms of value addition, in terms of prosperity. So with that in mind, I would like all of us to welcome Madame Myriam Ferrand, Deputy Director General of INTPA. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ishad. And actually, I think I've been left out of the throne this morning because Mrs. Global Gateway can't be me after we all listen to Up Your Core. So I would just like to pay tribute. I never heard such a plea for Global Gateway in my life. So thank you. Thanks a million. Honorable K.T.Hammond, Minister of Trade and Industry, honorable members of Cabinet, dear Chief Director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, members of the diplomatic community, including excellencies from the European Union gathered in a Team Europe approach, dear members of the business community from both Ghana and the European Union, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, it's a real pleasure for me to be with you this morning at the occasion of this second, I hear, Ghana EU Business Forum, but after a long break of 5 years. So it's really important that we gather again, and I take it as a very stringent sign of engagement between the European Union and Ghana. This gathering, it's extremely important for the European Union because it's a concrete demonstration of what Global Gateway means in reality. So I will still say a few words on Global Gateway, even though I won't do it as poetically as you have just heard. But for us, the Global Gateway strategy is definitely the strategy of the European Union to engage with like-minded partners in building sustainable infrastructure and connectivity around the world. And this is the EU offer for sustainable bonds in full partnership. This is extremely important for us because in the everyday more challenged world in which we live, not to speak about the geopolitical consequences of the ongoing war of aggression of Russia against Ukraine or what's happening in the war in Israel and Gaza, to take into account the challenges posed globally by climate change and the challenges, even though positive, that the digitalization transition is posing to all of us, we consider that strengthening the partnership between the European Union and our key interlocutors and partners founds the basis of the positioning we want to have also in the multilateral order. So this to give you the fact that Global Gateway for us is the strategy to strengthen the already existing bonds and develop and create benefits for the population in our partners. And those benefits are effective. Our objective is to go for big transformational projects devised with the government in support of your national priorities in the fields which apply to our joint priorities. So in particular, the green transition, you mentioned sustainability, social inclusion, and this is effectively reflected in the title of today's business forum, creating local added value. So we aim at supporting value addition in the country, and for this, our trade relations are extremely important. So we stand as the second trade partner of Ghana, and our objective is to remain so or even increase, and in any case, to support the development of trade and European investment, FDI, in the country, with the objective of creating growth and jobs in Ghana. And this is ultimately our real objective and the objective of the Global Gateway strategy: create richness, create growth in our partner country. And this is a strategy to help you and us meet the Sustainable Development Goals. So the objective of this meeting is to continue on this journey and try to identify concrete investment and trade opportunities between the European Union and Ghana. We already have good examples that we are working on have been developed so far. I will only give you two, which we consider as flagships for 2024. The building of the Kaleo solar plant, which will be instrumental to development of energy and renewable energy in Ghana, or the fact that we have jointly completed the building of more than 600 kilometers of feeder roads in the Upper West region. These are concrete examples. These two infrastructure investments will develop growth and jobs around them, their institution. They're aimed at developing the regions, in particular the north, and we want to do much more. So my plea to you today, in particular to the business community, because those projects can only bring all the benefits we expect if we also make them involving the private sector, both from Ghana and from the European Union, to create growth. So my plea to all of you is to engage in business to government and business to business discussions, think widely, and try to see what kind of further opportunities you would see. And then, as the European Union, we stand by you, and we have, for the implementation of our strategy, a full toolkit of support instruments we can deploy. This goes from technical assistance to grants, loans, guarantees, which are very important to leverage the investments and give magnitude to the infrastructure. So a full toolbox of instruments that can support investments. But first and foremost, think globally and identify a project pipeline. We would be most happy to support you in this endeavor. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few calls to action from the Deputy Director General, European Commission, Directorate General for International Partnerships, Madame Myriam Ferrand. And now, please allow me to bring to the podium to give us this morning and this opening ceremony's keynote, the Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry, the one, the only, K.T.Hammond.
the one and only. I managed to lay my LI yesterday. Back in school, the early levels, we don't call it grades. It's secondary school. Yeah, then Form 2, Form 3, secondary school, 70s. I learned literally a phrase, I still remember. It was this word, oxymoron. And I learned that it meant the juxtaposition of opposites. A young lady here in the introduction talks about the fact that it's rained so much this morning. Everyone was cold, everyone was wet, and yet she was able, amid all of that, to warmly welcome you. But I guess I should also apologize for the mistake that this function has had to start. I told him, my friend, the new featherweight champion of the world, I told him, the ambassador, EU ambassador, it's all his fault. I got ready. I couldn't get out of the house. It was ready like nobody's business, even though I live just along the road. I called a few other people. They were all caught in the rain. So, but for those who managed to beat the rain and made it in time, I applaud you. But the rest of us, I think we all apologize for the late start. Even though I was desirous this morning to get this thing going so I can go and attend to other matters. Now, Your Excellency, my friend, I've already told you. And then the Global Gateway lady, did I hear a tone of protestation? If it was, I'm not so sure, because hearing you a moment ago, I have no doubt in my mind at all that you are a true manifestation and a representation of the strategy. I'm not sure if all my colleague ministers are here. If they are, I haven't seen any of our colleague members of parliament here, but I've seen all of you, honorable, distinguished excellencies, the ambassadors of various European Union countries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On the 9th of May this year, I joined you Ambassador in Ghana, and the various ambassadors. As the representative of the government of Ghana to commemorate whether the EU Day or Europe Day, this morning I'm here with you again, but this time it's on the occasion of the second Ghana EU Business Forum. I'm a bit surprised that an enterprise of this nature is taking us a whole 5 years to revisit. The forum, as I understand it, is organized under your theme, fostering an investment in non-traditional claims under EU Global Gateway Strategy. A gateway which seeks to champion smart investment in such strategies as digital transmission, energy, transport, health, and education. The EU Global Gateway Initiative, as I understand it, and I explained, articulated excellently by the gatekeeper, is a strategy by which the Union seeks to invest in infrastructure projects globally. As I understand it, for a period of about 7 years or 6 years, from 2021 to 2027, the Union intends to invest an amount of about 300 million euros globally for investment in Africa, regarded as a regional priority. Indeed, I understand that about half of the entire fund is intended for investment on the continent. Now, according to the Union, this strategy is not intended to create dependencies, but rather to encourage links with the beneficiary countries and regions. Today's forum is intended to bring together various representatives of government from the EU countries as are assembled here, and from Ghana, and with the private sector, civil society, financial institutions, international organizations in a two-day event. The forum is aimed at fostering European trade and investment in Ghana. It would throw a beaming light on economic opportunities and potential, and would deliberate on areas for improvement. The forum will give Ghana a considerable scope of advertisement the world over as a business-friendly destination. It would help Ghana identify trade and investment opportunities for job creation and sustainable growth. Today's forum provides, among others, an opportunity for structured and private sector focused engagement between Ghana and the EU and its member states. on the interrelated topical issues such as investment, industrialization, sustainable economic development, inclusive growth, and climate change, which I understand are the core objectives of the strategy which has been described as European Green Deal worldwide. I'm aware that the initiative has encountered powerful headwinds, with one particular policy fellow describing it as not having gone beyond mere words. Of course, there are many think tanks and experts who, however, welcome the gateway as an attempt to boost efficiency, coherence, and strategic drive in the EU's connectivity and investment policies. We applaud you in the EU for this initiative that seeks to protect the planet by setting higher social and environmental standards and by providing a working template for the adoption of sustainable investment. Let me make it clear, however, that most developing countries, Ghana not excluded, require technical assistance to adapt and operationalize this template. We also recognize that a robust and well-resourced supply chain will be required to adopt sustainable investment models. We must also address how quickly suppliers in the rural economy can connect into global supply chains by adopting social and environmental compliance standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the Union, the European Union, has been a steadfast ally of Ghana, standing by us in all times, in times of need, times of celebration of our successes. At the core of this partnership with the Union is trade and investment, which is underpinned by the Economic Partnership Agreement, which stands as a testament to our commitment to promoting inclusive and sustainable economic development. This agreement has not only facilitated access to European markets for Ghanaian goods, but has also fostered capacity building, and investment opportunities. We know that the European Union is Ghana's second largest trading partner. For some statistics, in 2023, export from Ghana saw an 8% increase, rising from some 2.4 billion euros to 2.6 billion euros, whilst imports from the opposite direction experience, unfortunately, some 11% decline, from 3.7 billion euros to 3.3 billion euros. I'm sure you make it up. The total trade between Ghana and the EU in 2023 amounted to some whopping 6 billion euros, marking a slight decrease of some 3% over the figures for 2022. Overall, however, the EU accounted for about 13.9% of Ghana's total external trade in 2022. These trade flows between Ghana and the European Union are characterized by Ghana exporting primarily raw and semi-processed goods, while importing machinery, vehicles, and chemicals, of course, among other tradable goods. The EU's investment in Ghana are diverse, covering the critical sectors such as agriculture, energy, manufacturing, infrastructure, telecommunications, financial services, and pharmaceuticals. This investment not only supports Ghana's industrial transformation agenda, but also contributes, not minimally, in ways to growth and sustainable development. There cannot be inclusive growth and employment creation within the EU and foreign investment in Ghana without further integration into the economy by developing or expanding local supply chains. But developing a reliable and sustainable supply chain can be challenging. But once established, it can also be rewarding. Not just for the investor, but for all the actors in the local economy and the within communities. Already, Mr. Ambassador, several companies have achieved these outcomes. And this connection, 3 industrial giants and the food and the beverage industries come readily to mind. Is that the Guinness Ghana Limited, Casapreco Company Limited, and Nestle Ghana Limited, who have shown the way by building quite an effective supplier and development programs involving farmers and aggregators of millet, sorghum, and maize. It has been beneficial for the local companies such as Premium Foods and Yaden Agro Limited, who have also developed a robust subcontracting supply linkages with some of these large manufacturing companies. This is exemplary and commendable, and we encourage the other investors EU or local to build sustainable and long-term connections with local suppliers, which connection offers a greater opportunity to fully integrate social and environmental standards into the local economy. Your Excellency, our partnership with the Union goes quite far beyond the economic and development cooperation. It's rooted in shared vision for safer and sustainable planet characterized by peace, freedom, stability, and prosperity for all. Together, we must continue to work tirelessly to address common challenges in respect of health, climate resilience, and shared prosperity. Let me take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude to our long-standing partners from the Union, from your unwavering support and friendship over the years. I'm confident we can achieve our shared goals for prosperity through increased trade, investment, and development cooperation. So as we commence the second Ghana EU Business Forum today, belated though it is, let us reaffirm our commitment to deepening and strengthening our partnership and work seriously, but hand in hand with our respective business communities. The Ambassador, on this note, it's my honor, I think it's a singular one, to declare the second Ghana AU Business Forum 2024 officially open. and pray that it won't be another 5 years before the third one is organized. Thank you for your patience and for your forbearance.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry, Honorable K.T.Hammond. Pardon me. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately after this opening ceremony, the Honorable Minister will join His Excellency, the Ambassador, Deputy Director General, European Commission, to do a short tour of the wonderful industries and the companies that we see outside. Both companies from the EU region and from Ghana are exhibiting outside. And I humbly say, before you leave, I don't care how many bottles of Alatasemna or Shebari you have, please buy some more and support our small businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to ask for our first row, depending on how you see it. Maybe I should just mention some names. First of all, the great three, if you could kindly take center stage for me. And the EU be flanked by Ambassador Techi Mensen, Ambassador of Ghana to EU and Belgium, Ambassador Verhul, who is the the Dutch ambassador to Ghana, Ambassador Verheer, Ambassador of Hungary in Ghana, Ambassador Ramses Cleveland, who is the Chief Director of Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. We also have the CEO of Association of Ghana Industries, Seth Chum Akwabwa, joining us. And we've got the technical advisor to the Minister of Finance on International Development Corporation, Madame Yvonne Kwanza. If you could kindly join us on the stage for our official photo, we would be grateful. Our official photographer, where are you, please? You're there. Thank you so much. The representative of the European Investment Bank as well. I believe that that may be Roger. Okay, great. And if we can also have some of our team from the EU joining kindly. Kudus, if you can kindly help me to bring some of our members from the EU who have been instrumental in putting this together. That would be very important for us. Thank you so much. Madam Evelyn? Mr. Photographer, where are you? Please raise your hand so we know where we're looking, please. Thank you. Okay, so we have 2 rows. Our coffee break, during which the tour and the cutting of the ribbon take place, will be approximately 15 minutes, after which we come back into this room for our first plenary session. We are running a little behind time, so we humbly ask that you return to this room in the next 15 minutes, immediately after the tour and the ribbon cutting by the Honorable Minister and His Excellency, the European Union Ambassador to Ghana. And I believe, Mr. Photographer, if we've done 3, 2, 1, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the official opening of the second Ghana EU Forum, fostering investment in non-traditional value chains under the EU Global Gateway Strategy. Thank you so much. And this begins our 15-minute coffee break and the tour and sword cutting by the Honorable Minister. Yes, sir. You'll be ushered out for the ribbon cutting.
I've been using this for 30 years, and I haven't found one of this anywhere in this country. Meanwhile, you produce this locally. Since when have you been producing this? Well, recently, 10 years. I haven't found one, but I've been using this for about 30 years. I buy from somewhere. You make sure this is widespread on the shelves. Maybe, would you come in for a check? I keep one in my pocket.
Yes, let's go. Please, let's go this way. So So we make a tour of our EU pavilion, and here we are with the Ghanaian European Center for Jobs, Migration and Development. It's one of our pretty brand new programs. Maybe Andreas, you would like to say a word about it.
Yes, Honorable Minister, thank you. So our project with the European Union, Jobs, Migration and Development, it's about regular migration and also supporting the local job market and strengthening employment services. So this is why it's very interesting, of course, for us also to be here today, engaged with all the companies, with our Ghanaian partners, to see how to work together in creating employment and job opportunities in Ghana and abroad.
I don't quite get it. You talked about regular migration.
Yeah.
And, how is that linked to what you're talking about? Take it again. I don't quite get it.
No, we are supporting both things. So developing the local labor market, employment services, strengthening education qualification, and we provide also advice on migration to prevent irregular migration, about opportunities to, for example, study in Europe, to have this idea of knowledge exchange and circular migration, so in the benefit of both parties.
So you have an office here in
Yes, yes.
Where about in
So please answer.
We are next to the Ministry of Employment.
Ministry of Employment. So this is public knowledge.
Yes, yes.
The public is aware of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Okay, no. Very good. I have your mic.
Okay. Maybe just one more stand quickly. So we also support coffee value chain in Ghana. Yes, coffee. And our partner for this program implemented in some African and Caribbean and Pacific countries is ITC. Maybe Christopher, you would like to say a word?
So I think the whole idea here is that we are producing coffee sustainably. Okay. So the whole idea is to produce coffee sustainably. We know sometime in the back we used to grow coffee a lot in the past, in the 1950s and 60s. And then we diversified into other crops. So now coffee is viewed as a non-traditional cash crop. But the whole idea is to go back, revitalize the industry. But the focus is on value addition. So we see these Ghanaian roasters like Ivy, who is the founder of Cafe Magnifico, that roast coffee produced in Ghana, Robusta coffee. And then they have it in these finished packages. And then they serve it also in cafes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I have been exporting in small batches through on exhibitions internationally to. No, I wasn't in Kenya, but I was in Cairo, I was in South Africa, I was in Nigeria with them. I've been in Dubai too with ITC to promote the Ghanaian value chain of coffee and also to put more spotlights on the sustainability of coffee in the industry. Yes, the export, some of the hurdles we are facing is certifications. Because in the EU market, you need certain certifications in order. So that's where ITC comes with all these facilitating projects that assist us and then break the markets. Like we need HAC P for. I need to have I need to have either a roastery, a partner in EU. And also, I need to go through certain iOS certifications before I get awarded. And then it comes at a cost which is so expensive. And currently, as an entrepreneur, we're investing in machinery at a cost which is so expensive. From the European EU end. From the EU end. Yes. Sorry? Oh, about a little bit over $10,000 if you want to summarize the whole process. And that we have covered here through the ITC projects and through the ITC projects and then through our own initiatives as processors and trying to create sustainability and encourage more farming of coffee and then diversify the coffee chain, we have been able to get that sorted out. So, but it's just about the financial capacity of the entrepreneur. That's where we have the gap. Thank you very much.
Please, sir. So we would like to proceed to the European Chamber of Commerce in Ghana stand. This is the director, Mr. Nicolas Guevara. And the Spanish Chamber is together, sharing. We also have the Agribusiness Platform and Invest Ghana. Maybe I will give you the word, Nicolas. Please, if you could say something.
So we are very glad for this EU Business Forum. I agree with you, 5 years lapse is too long. 2-3 years is fine. But we are working very closely with the EU delegation, organizing and bringing our investors to Ghana. We also a lot of focus on agribusiness, and we are very much promoting exports of agricultural products to the EU. So we are very happy for INPA, and we are happy for the initiative that you have done. You're also the mother of the whole EU Business Forum, not just the Global Gateway.
So it's a standing chamber between EU and Ghana, but this is as well an umbrella for some of the national bilateral Chamber of Commerce between Ghana and...
we have the French, the German, the Italian, the Spanish, the Hungarians, and even the UK. Even the UK is part of us.
Even the UK is under us. Can you imagine that?
Why is it under us?
Not because some of them have their national, as I say, it's...
We're an umbrella organization, and all the bilateral national chambers of commerce, the German, Ghanaian, the Italian, Ghanaian, they are part of us. They are part of us. Oh, that is a question we have to ask Belen.
Which is the question?
Why is it Spain, not Spanish?
Yes, we are the Spanish Chamber of Commerce and promote the commerce between Spain and Ghana.
No, just Spain and Ghana. That's one of my understanding. It's an umbrella organization.
The Eurocham
is the umbrella.
I'm on the road. Forgive me.
So the Spain one is a member of Eurocham.
This is part of this.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's my fault.
Exactly.
And so are the Germans and the Italians. The Germans, the Italians, the French.
This is really what we mean by Team Europe, that we try to showcase it publicly with the embassies or privately. That we will go together.
Andrea's too happy smiling. Can you take a picture? Europe is one. Let's have a picture, please, for the sake of it.
Okay. Margot. You too, hein? Vas-y. You are the mother.
Okay. Thank you. Nicolas. Okay. So, Honorable Minister, just to explain, we have more booths, but for the sake of time, I don't think we can show and stop at each and every one.
No, show me to.
But just to say that also our member states are represented by Denmark, Netherlands, France, Germany, right? Mm. Oh, okay. France colleagues, we are arriving to you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Jean-Noël Blanc. I'm the head of the economic department working at the French embassy. And Ange Pascal.
Voici from Proparco, the subsidiary of the French Development Agency that is dedicated to the private sector in emerging and developing countries. So we provide startups, SMEs, and large-scale companies.
Okay.
Hello, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, as the tour continues to go around, may I kindly ask our ushers to bring in everybody so we can proceed with our first plenary. Ladies and gentlemen, with humility and respect, I kindly ask that we bring in our delegates and our colleagues. I know that the tour is still ongoing, but we've got quite a lot of work ahead of us. So if I can kindly have our participants back into the auditorium for the start of the first plenary. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you, Maxi. Vous voudriez... Ah, plutôt les entreprises.
Yeah.
Yeah. D'accord. Yes.
You're not conducting this one, are you?
Here we have a company from the Netherlands. Maybe you would like to explain.
Sure, we are Pax Data Center. We specialize in. Yes, we are Pax Data Center. We specialize in.
You just speak up.
Okay, right. So.
May I kindly ask our ushers to bring back our delegates? We would like to start our plenary panel discussion in 2 minutes, please. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me out in the lobby, I know you're having your coffee break, well deserved, but we would like to proceed with the first plenary session, if you don't mind. So kindly, can I ask Velvet Concepts, my brothers and sisters, to please help to bring in our delegates so we can proceed with the first panel. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats, please. Ushers and production crew, if you can kindly help to bring our colleagues and delegates into the room, please. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could kindly come back into the auditorium. Ushers, please, please, please help us to bring our delegates back into the auditorium because we are far, far, far behind. Please, can we kindly urge all the delegates back into the auditorium? The panelists are ready to go. Kindly, if we can just usher everybody back, thanks. Thank you so much. I know, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, please come back into the auditorium.